Hello crafty friends, this is Jessica with Little Tortoise Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how I created a birthday invitation. What you're seeing on my screen now is the finished product, and this was all done in Design Space or Silhouette Studio Design Edition. And if we go over to a blank canvas, we can go ahead and get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is select the rectangle tool, which is over here on the left. Draw a rectangle. Once you have that selected, come over here and you can draw a rectangle. I'm going to turn this guy to white. And then, as you can see, my dimensions are not anything in particular, but you can just go up here to the scale window and select that, and it's going to open the scale window. You want to uncheck the lock aspect ratio so that you can change these numbers, and we're just going to go ahead and do a 4 by 6 inch card and hit apply. And then now this red space here is going to be the area we're going to work within to create the card. So I did a princess and knight theme or whatever for the card that I made. So in my library, which I purchased these files from the Silhouette store, this is a little prince, which we're just going to make him, he's going to end up being more of a knight. You're going to get him and we're going to slide him off to the side here so we can work with him. Just go ahead and move the screen over a little bit. And then we're going to come up here to the zoom in window and zoom in a little bit so we can see a little better. And then we're going to need to ungroup him. So down here on the bottom left, right here, is ungroup selected shapes. Click that, and then you can click off of everything. And now, if you move them, they should be independent, like this little guy. So we'll slide him over a little bit more. And then we're going to zoom in one more time here. There we go. You can really see what we're working on. And then we're going to go, I like to look at what I'm working with. So I like to be able to see him. And the little trick, if you can see, my mouse is over here on the very edge and it turns into two black pointy arrows. If you click and slide that, as you can see, so I'm sliding it over, then I can still see my file. You can also do the same with this window, so you can have a bigger matte area. So I just really need to see the knight. So now I can see him and kind of see what's going on. So let's go ahead and get started with filling in this knight. This is the part that takes a little bit of work, but it's not too bad. So make sure the base layer is selected. This is going to be skin tone color, so I'm going to select the skin tone, and you'll also need to select this, the line color. It's the colored lines here. That's how you change line color, so when I click that, the red will turn to the skin tone as well. And then I did the fill color, which is this one, which filled in the shape. So now that we have our base layer done, we can go ahead and we can do the hair. Slide the hair over here. And when you get it close to where it's supposed to go, sometimes it can be finicky. So I would just let go, and then I'll select, make sure you have the hair selected, which is kind of being finicky. See if we can get that hair selected. There we go. And then on the keyboard, you can use your arrow keys to move it small, like not so it's, I don't know, I have a problem with the mouse sometimes. So I just find that easier to use the arrow keys once I get it close. So the hair color on the knight over here you can see is really dark, but the little boy created this invitation for, He has a light brown hair, so I just went ahead and used this one, selecting the fill color and then the line color. And then for the crown, it's 2 pieces. So this piece is going to be our base layer, and I wanted it to be a silver color, so change the line color and the fill color to that, and then go ahead and create, I don't really like those yellows, so I didn't really like any of those yellows, so I went to advanced options, and then I was able to, basically you can find the yellow you like. There's a bright yellow. And then for the line color, I need to do the same thing, but the problem is it doesn't appear any here. Well, the solution is you select this little dropper, make sure he's selected, come over to the fill color and touch it, and it picks up the exact same color, and so now the line color is the same. And we can go ahead and take these, and you can overlap them, and basically it kind of creates that little shadow effect then. So the crown behind it is that, and then I just go ahead and select the 2 and hit group, so now they will move as a pair. And then get that up here on the top, lined up. And then, let's see, where's the sword at? There should be a sword. Here we go. The sword. Go ahead and select that. And I want the sword to be the same color as the crown, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to select this little dropper and select the crown. And it's going to turn the line color. And then the same thing for the kill color. You just select the dropper, select the color you want it to be, and ta-da, it's done. And then this is just going to go right on top here. And that's done. And then let's see, we need to get him some clothes. That's our next outfit. Trying to get those clothes on him. Okay, and then select his clothes. And his clothes in the thing, they're kind of like a light gray. So I'm going to try this color and see how it works. And that's not too bad. Don't mind that. And then same with his shield. There's 2 parts to the shield. There's the base shield, and then there's this part that's going to go over the top. So we're going to select the base one and get it colored first. We're going to do that one a light silverish color. Oops, I changed his clothes. Change those clothes back. Alright, let's make sure we have the shield selected. Not selecting the big body. Let's see if we can get this shield selected. There we go. We're going to do, no. Alright. Let's see. Undo. And I'll move it back to where it goes. There we go. We're going to do this light silvery color. And then select the shade out here. We'll go ahead and color it first. We're going to do it a little bit darker color. Get it placed over the top. Like so. And we need to select the body because as you can see there's a little bit of color. So I'm just going to use the arrow key and tap that over. There There we go. I think we got that now. And then do a little star. Since this little boy that I'm making this invitation for, his favorite color is green. I'm going to just color the star green, and I'm just going to place that right on the shield. And you could actually find any shape you wanted to put on the shield. So if there's a special shape in particular, you could go ahead and do that. I'm just holding the shift so I can select both of these. I'm going to color them black. And then I'm going to shrink them down. I'm going to move them up here to make eyeballs. And then just going to click off. And then click. And I'm going to just move it apart just a little bit. It will look more proportioned right. There we go. And then we aren't going to use this piece, but I do need the lips. So if you just come over and select your eraser tool, you can just erase a little bit. And then when that happens, get your selector tool, and then you can click and delete. Click, delete. So it broke those pieces up for me. And then I have this little smile here. I think we're going to give him a little bit of red lips. Go ahead and move those right up here. Click off of him. And there you go. I have created a layer. And it's just, you do the exact same thing for the princess. So go ahead and select everything and come down here and select group. And that's going to group it. And now I can move this as a piece together. I can resize it if I need to. So if we come over to the invitation, bring him over here. Bring him here, zoom out real quick, so we can make him whatever size we need. Okay, so he's all ready to go. We're going to set him here. So I'm going to show you how I created that, the little background before. So, let's see, I'm going to unclick that, make that go away so my screen area can be a little bigger. So what I did is I selected the rectangle, and I made a rectangle, and then I selected it, right click, actually no, I'm not right click, came up to the top here and I selected this replicate window, and I did duplicate below, and then I just used my arrow key to, I just did duplicate below again, and then selected the middle one, deleted that one, select this one, and use my arrow key to get it all the way to the bottom. That way it wasn't moving right to left. Oops. Too many arrow keys. Okay. And so then I kind of was able to see how big this was. Let's see, so 1.96. And we'll make this one oops, I accidentally moved it, so I'll just come up here to the undo. And we'll put it right back. I'll try to squinch it down. That's close enough. This is the number I was kind of watching. So these are pretty close to the same. So that's how I kind of portioned it out. And then I did the rectangle again, and I created basically rectangles like this. The select tool. And I duplicated to the right, V1. So then I went back, selected on the first one, and I wanted to use the same green that I had created in the star, so I used the dropper tool again and selected it. But then this time I went down to transparency, and I did 50% so it would lighten up. So I didn't want it quite that dark. This 50. I need to do line color here. Change it to 50. And I'm gonna I'm trying to remember how I think I just did the dropper and I selected that color. I don't know if I made it lighter. It's getting it darker. We'll try doing 75% transparent. Let's see if that changes the thing. It's not. Okay. Because there we go. We'll select the fill color. Sometimes when you're not seeing anything, it's because you don't have the right thing. So there we go. So then select, hold shift, select the other one, and now you have the two selected. You're going to go to replicate, and you're going to select a row of 4 down here at the bottom, and it's going to create the row. I'm just going to do this all the way across. And then let's see, I really just need to duplicate right one more time. Okay, and so you have that. And then now this rectangle that I was using, I don't need, so I'm just going to delete it. Oops. Move this out of the way, and then I can highlight all of those and group. So they're going to stay in a group together. Which is a little big. So actually I'm going to ungroup that because if you can see it's a little bit too big. So select, ungroup, and then I'm going to just delete this side one. Then I'm going to select all of those again and regroup them. And then I can slide this back up to the top. Click on it, and then I can use my arrows to kind of get it to where it needs to be. So then that's done. And then, oops, undo, get our little, get with all might, bring him over. And as you can see, he's behind there, so select him, right click, go all the way to the bottom, and bring him to the front. And now he'll come to the top. So there he is. Okay, and then to add the words, you're just going to do add text. And click. And you can write the name that you want. And then I just did all of it. And then highlight it and select the A up here, and then you can just click and you can arrow down. Once you click in here, so you can figure out which font you'd like to use. Which, oh, it's having trouble. There we go. Let's see. So, like, if you were to use this one, then what I did was I went to how did I do that? Oh yeah, I went to the line style and the line thickness. I bumped that up to 2 to create a thicker line, and then I changed the line color to the black to kind of give it an outline so it would stand out. And then to move my is, I just selected these and I did a copy. And right click, paste. And then I had the 2. And then to edit the text, you do a right click and edit text. And then you can just delete. That's Xavier. And same with this one. Select it, right click, edit text. And you can just highlight, delete that part. I'm sorry, the studio's being a little bit slow tonight. And I noticed the more stuff I add sometimes into it, the slower it can get. And sometimes it doesn't like it when you delete the first letter, so, or select the whole thing deleting the first letter. Okay, so now we have that. So Xavier is, put that up here, and then to get the number, you can come over to the fonts again and put in that, and then I also just, I did the line color trick with that. I just changed the thickness. I did 3 on that, and then change the color to the black. Oops. I gotta make sure you're not in to editing the text. There we go. So let's go back to the line color, change that to 3, change the color to the black, slide that over here. And then, you know, you can play with it a little bit. You can make it a little bit bigger if you feel like it needs to be a little bigger. And slide it around. So you can move all of the wording around. And then if you're doing the double invitation like I was doing, It's basically the same process. You would go to the library, you would, oops, let's see, that's not what I wanted. Undo, go back to the library. Sometimes I get a little click happy. Double click the princess. This is how the princess came in. Oops. This is how the princess came in. So you would ungroup her just like we did before, and then color this, the skin tone, the hair color, the crown. This is the wand. I didn't end up using this little piece here. I just made the wand bigger. Just pulled it bigger, made it a little bit bigger. And then these were the cheek colors, so I made those a pink color. And then the layers of the dress. And then for the background, I did the pink the same way that I did the green. And then put that all together and then added the words. And that is how I did that. The other quick thing I wanted to show you, some people might like to do, like for the number, you can do a pattern instead. So here's the pattern up here, and this will pull up all your patterns. But the thing that I like is sometimes I like to do something different. So like that looks like sprinkles. And then if you make the number, oh, my battery's gonna die. Okay, so if you pull it a little bit bigger, you can totally see that it's made the sprinkles a lot bigger. Or when you make it bigger, you can definitely see the sprinkles. Or you can pick a cookie. And I was going to do this but when with the green, but it just didn't, when it was actually in there, it didn't look right. And I had picked this for the purple, but the file that I had gotten, as you can see, had a little bit of stuff on here. And I can walk you through selecting, getting a pattern. So you'll go out to the internet. It's taking just a little minute to load. So on Google, you can just go ahead and type in whatever it is you're looking for. So like green polka dot. Type that in, and then you can select images. And it pulls up a whole bunch of different ones. And like this one, there's that ruler on the bottom, so that's going to cause a problem. But so like this one, so you can just right click on it, save image as, and then if you just come in and let's see, save it in here. It's an SVG file for the most part. See, here's the one. So I just went ahead and saved. So once you have it saved, I'm going to save it as green, white, polka dots. I'm going to do 2 because I already have one. Just select save. Once that's saved, then you can come back into here, open up your library, and then you're going to open up your files on your computer. Go to where you saved it. So green polka dots 2, it's right here. I'm just going to grab it and slide it right over and move it into my patterns. And now you can see it's right here. And so then let's close this window like this. Select my 6. And then come up to pattern. And if you scroll to the bottom, it has your patterns. And as you can see, here's the new polka dot one, which actually doesn't look too bad. that green, the white, a little bit more white in it, and go ahead and put it right there. And then when you're all done, this is what I came up with. And you can pretty much do this for any theme party or any invitation. Sorry that this is a little bit long, kind of hard to explain in little steps. So hope you enjoyed, and we will talk to you later. Thank you.